Good morning guys and welcome to my channel Mind Your Math. We are moving ahead in trigonometry. We are going to talk about complementary angles. Though it is a new topic, we have already done a few sums regarding this particular topic. So when I am explaining it to you, you will understand this is absolutely nothing new. We have already covered it in our previous class. Now, what are complementary angles? Complementary angles are those angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if you have two angles and they add up to 90 degrees, we call them as complementary angles. In a right angle triangle, we already have an angle that is 90 degree, which means that the remaining two angles of A and C adds up to 90 degree. We call A and C as complementary angles. A is complementary to C and C is complementary to A. Now, what is the significance of complementary angles in a right angle triangle is what I am going to explain. And when I explain, you will understand that this particular topic has already been covered. Fine. Consider a right angle triangle ABC where angle B is 90 degree and A and C are the other two angles as we discussed. A plus angle C is a 90 degree and I can write angle A is equal to 90 minus angle C because A and C add up to 90 degree. Clear? Now, if I am writing the trigonometric ratios of sine and cos, for sine A is BC by AC. Cos A is AB by AC. When I am writing for sin C, it becomes AB by AC and cos becomes BC by AC. So this we have seen in one of the previous classes. The ratios are actually interchanging for the two different angles. The ratio being the opposite side and the adjacent side interchanges and the denominator remains the same. We know all these things already. So what are we talking about? Complementary angles. Let us see. If I am writing sin A as sin 90 minus C, it is correct because of this. Fine. This is equal to BC by AC, which is equal to cos C. So what is the result that you are getting from here? Sin 90 minus C is cos C. Now let us see about cos A. What happens to cos A when I am substituting it in terms of angle C? It is cos of 90 minus C. Cos of 90 minus C is actually equal to sin C. Okay, I'll put it as C. Sin 90 minus C is a cos C. Cos 90 minus C is a sin C. Or in other words, I can say that sin and cos are complementary to each other. Easier to remember. Now let us talk about the other trigonometric ratios and see which all of them are complementary to each other. Let us now have a look at the tan angle. What is tan of angle A? Opposite side by adjacent side. What is tan of angle C? AB divided by BC. What is cot A? It is this is A, adjacent side by opposite side, and cot C is BC divided by AB. So what can you see from this? You can see that tan A and cot C are the same and tan C and cot A are the same. Okay. Now, if I am substituting tan A as tan 90 minus C because A plus C is 90 degree, I will get tan 90 minus C is equal to cot C. The reason being, these two ratios are found to be the same, right? I got tan 90 minus C by substituting the value. Instead of A, I put 90 minus C, which basically means that tan 90 minus C is equal to cot C and tan 90 minus A is equal to cot A. So we can say that tan and cot are complementary angles. Okay. Similarly, when we find out the trigonometric ratios of sec and cosec, you can see that sec 90 minus A is cosec A and cosec 90 minus A will be sec A. Okay. Now, let us write down this neatly in a proper table and then we follow it up with a few sums so that you get it very clear. So I have written down whatever we have learned right now over here. A right angle triangle where angle A plus angle C is a 90 degree because angle B is a right angle. So sin 90 minus A will give me cos A. Cos 90 minus A will give me sin A. And therefore I can say sin and cos are complementary angles. Similarly, tan and cot are complementary angles, which means that tan 90 minus A is a cot A and cot 90 minus A is a tan A. So what is tan? If I am talking about another triangle, what is tan 90 minus theta equal to, you can blindly say it is equal to cot theta. So what is sine 90 minus theta? It is a cos theta. Okay, whatever be the angle over here, write down the complementary trigonometric ratio and the angle. Okay, so sec 90 minus theta is a cosec theta and cosec 90 minus theta is a sec theta, because sec and cosec are complementary angles. So I hope you are clear with the concept of complementary angles. So this is very simple. It happened because the ratios were the same and angle A and angle C in this particular case, the sum of which were equal to 90 degree. Now, before we move on to the sums given in the NCERT textbook, let us break it down into smaller parts so that you get a clear understanding of where you need to apply the complementary angle formulas. Let us start with the basic. Express each of these in terms of its complementary angles. Okay, so whatever we have learned about complementary angles, you have to use that and change each one of them into its complementary one. So the first one is a tan 45. You know that the complementary angle of tan is a cot. So I need to express tan 45 in terms of cot. So let us see what we are getting. What is tan A in terms of its complementary angle? It is cot 90 minus A. So here my A becomes 45, which means this is equal to 90 minus 45, which is equal to cot 45. Okay. Now, let me ask you, what is the value of tan 45? Tan 45 is a 1. Is it equal to cot 45? It is definitely equal to cot 45, because if you are taking the value, tan 45 is 1, cot 45 is 1 by tan 45, which is again equal to 1. So, cot 45 and tan 45 has the same value. So, that is what we are getting by using the trigonometric angle also, complementary angle also. Okay. Now, the second one, cos 8. You know, cos A is sine 90 minus A. So, cos 8 is sine 90 minus 8, which is sine 80. Okay. So, are you seeing a pattern in this? The pattern is very obvious. You write the complementary trigonometric ratio, use 90 degree and subtract this angle from 90 degree and write the value. Okay. Now, using that method, let us move on to the third one. Sine 23. Complementary angle of sine is a cos. 23 degree, I need to write it in a way which is 90 minus 23. So, I will get 67. Clear? So, now let us finish up the remaining ones and move on to the sums in the NCERT. Now, we move on to cosec 85. What is the complementary trigonometric ratio of cosec? As I told you, it's a sec. So, it is sec and we subtract 85 from 90. So, we get sec 5. Okay. Now, sine 3 theta. So, this is not 30, this is a 3 theta. So, it's a variable. It is not a particular value. No problem. The complementary angle of sine is a cos and 90 minus 3 theta. We cannot find the value of 90 minus 3 theta. So, we leave it as such and this is the final answer. Cot 52. The complementary trigonometric angle of cot is a tan. Tan of 90 minus 52. So, you will get tan 38. Fine. Now, tan 26. The complementary angle is a cot. 90 minus 26, which is cot 64. Fine. Cot 49, the complementary angle is a tan. 90 minus 49, so you will get tan 41. Okay. Now we have sec 4 theta, similar to the one that we did before, sine 3 theta. So let us see what we are getting. The complementary angle is a cosec and 90 minus 4 theta. Now we have cosec 45 minus 4 theta. So we follow the same way. The complementary angle is a sec in 90 minus 45 minus 4 theta. when you open the bracket, you will get sec 45 plus 4 theta. Okay. So I hope now you are clear how to apply the complementary angles and convert one trigonometric ratio into another. These sums are taken from NCERT. So when you check the exercise, you can see that these are the first 3 sums under the complementary angles. So let us see how we can do these kind of sums. Sin 18 by cos 72. Now you need to understand that whenever you are having sums in which you think you can apply the concept of complementary angles, the first thing is that you should not convert both the angles into its complementary angles. Apply to one of them and see what you are getting before you decide to apply the complementary angle concept to the second one also. So now let us see how we can simplify sin 18 by cos 72. I am going to apply the complementary angle idea to only the numerator, which is sin 18. Sin 18 I can write it as the complementary angle of sin is a cos 90 minus 18 divided by cos 72. What is cos 90 minus 18? It is a 72 divided by cos 72, thus giving me a 1. Got it? Suppose you decide to apply the complementary angle concept to the denominator. It's fine. Do not change the numerator by cos 72. The complementary angle of cos is a sin 90 minus 72. This is equal to sin 18 by sin 18, thus giving me 1 again. Fine. Now let us see how we can apply the same rules to the second one. Tan 26 by cot 64, I am going to change the denominator just like that. So tan 26 by cot 64, when I am transforming it into its complementary angle, cot becomes a tan. 64 becomes 90 minus 64. This is tan 26 by tan 26, which is 1. Got it? Cot 48 minus sin 42. So now easily you can figure out where to apply. Anywhere you apply, it is going to give you the same answer. Cos 48, I can write it as sin of 90 minus 48, which is again, what is this value equal to? This is sin 42 minus sin 42, which is a 0. Okay. Now let us move on to slightly complicated ones. Cos 80 by sin 10 plus cos 59 into cosec 31. Okay. Now do some fast calculation. Which are the two angles that are going to give me 90 and which are the angles that are standing kind of together? 80 plus 10 is going to give me 90. So this is one block. 59 plus 31 is going to give me 90 again. So this is my second block. Now I told you, you can change, or the basic rule is try to change only one trigonometric ratio into its complementary angle. So in this case, I am going to change cos into sin. Cos 80, how will I put it into a complementary angle? Complementary angle of cos is a sin. 90 minus 80 will give me a 10. This is a sin 10. So this value is going to be 1. Okay. Plus cos 59 and cosec 31. What should I change? I am going to change cosec 31. So I will get cos 59 into sec 90 minus 31. So this is cos 59 into sec 59. You know, sec 59 is actually 1 by cos 59. This is also giving me 1. So 1 plus 1 finally gives me 2. Okay. Fast calculation. Concentrate on the problem. See which are the two angles that are giving you a sum of 90. Club them together. Change only one trigonometric angle into its complementary angle and simplify. Now, these are the basic rules. In certain cases, sometimes you might need a little more manipulation. As we move further with the sums, we will see which are those problems that need a little more tackling. Prove that tan 10 into tan 75 into tan 80 into tan 15 is equal to 1. So, the first step, write down the values of any of these angles in case we have an idea about them. So, tan 10 or 75, 80, 15, that's nothing is mentioned in any of the trigonometric tables that you have learned. So, step 1 is gone. So, step 2, what is the step 2? Add up the angles and decide which angles give you 90 degree. 10 and 80 gives me a 90. So I am clubbing these two together, and 75 and 15 gives me a 90 degree. Club those two together. So this can be written as tan 10 into tan 80 into tan 75 into tan 15. In this, convert one of them into its complementary angle. So converting tan 10 into its complementary angle, I will get it is tan of 90 minus 10 into tan 80. This is cot 80 into tan 80, and this is cot 15 into tan 15. You can see that this will give you a 1 and this also will give you a 1, thus giving you the final answer. Okay.